Best drive of the day for the Packers. Oh, a little flip. Here's Watson, the rookie, getting involved. His first touch, and inside the 15 is Watson. Near side, man. There it is. There's the first target since. It's Watson who makes the catch, and he's out of bounds, about a yard short of a first down. Family here today. He'll get a W. The final play of the game, Watson who gets it from Love inside the 30, and that'll do it. 23-7. Minnesota gets a Week 1 win.
The second one looked like there was illegal contact. They took one. It's a little pitch pass to Christian Watson in his hands early. Watson hit hard on the sideline as he fights for the first down. Jalen Johnson.
Sometimes when you only keep two on your team, you might.
Here's first down. And look at the run by the rookie Watson for the touchdown. Oh, they love his stride. They love his speed. They said we have to figure out ways to get the football in his hands after he had that drop on the first play of the season that would have gone 75.
You'll see the motion. Devin McCourty's just late to get all the way down. And then all of a sudden he gets picked a little bit on the outside. And it's a great play design by Matt LaFleur. And that's the trouble. Motion requires communication on defense. Patriots were a little slow on that one. And you see how many of these plays are behind the line of scrimmage.
Of course, he spent so much of his career down in Jacksonville, did Lewis. And here's a little toss to Watson. And again, finding ways to give him the football. He scored the touchdown from 15 yards out on a handoff.
We've been blessed with great weather these 2 weeks we've been over here. 64 degrees, 50% humidity, winds at 9 miles an hour. Christian Watson, the deep man, and a short kickoff taken from the 6-yard line. Watson looking for a little running room, and he's dropped as he gets near the 25-yard line by Carter Coughlin.
3rd and 15. They bring 4 quickly into the hands of the speedster. Christian Watson tries to get going. So battling hamstring injuries thus far this year, and he seems to be shaken up.
3rd and 5. Rodgers, quick throw. Watson has it, looks for a block, stays in and has a first down. Nice play by Christian Watson. Rodgers flushed out of the pocket, stands in and delivers a good ball. It's caught by Watson. Christian Watson has his second catch of the day, and he's slow to get up now. On the fake, Rodgers lets it fly, has Watson, he's got it on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown!
That might be the biggest catch of this young receiver's career. He needed this one. He's had some struggles, but no bigger catch. Christian Watson, you can see him, it's just press man. They talk about his speed, his ability to get behind the defense. It's just a matter of can he catch it. That's a great job tracking the ball. He just took a big sigh of relief. Look at his buddies greeting him on the sideline, man. That's got to feel good. Lazard or some sort of design check down here. You got Aaron Jones. Got all these guys up in the line. If they can find a way to get Jones out.
Rodgers steps up, going deep, has a man. It's caught! Watson is in! Touchdown, Green Bay! On a 4th and 7.
Just when you think, not sure exactly where they're going to go, it's man coverage. The fastest guy on the team, fastest guy at least on the offense, Christian Watson. We saw him have the big play earlier in the first half.
Rodgers going to throw. Blitz is coming. Has to get rid of it. Does underneath, and it's caught by Watson again. He's becoming the go-to guy. Another big catch by the rookie Christian Watson, and it's good for a first down. On the fake. Rodgers floating. Caught! Touchdown! Watson again!
He's just going to run away from the Dallas defenders. There's 2 guys on him. Neither one of them has a shot. You're not going to get up and get hands on this guy, and you're just going to let him, Christian Watson, run.
And in the waning seconds of the first quarter, the teams will be flipping ends. Well, maybe not. They want to try to get a playoff here, and Rodgers trying to catch him off guard and back with a flag down. Where they set is the question. And Rodgers will throw to the back of the end zone. Will be caught there by Watson for the touchdown. But what about the flag? The flag down at the 1-yard line. And for the moment, the Packers celebrate. The fireworks go off, and it's against the Titans. They were set. Touchdown.
I mean, he recognized that, you got Titans running off the field. He's going to try to get a 12th man, get a free play like he always seems to do. Kind of directing traffic, puts one up in the air, and lets the young guy go up and make a play on the football.
So you would think every other team in the league would, okay, that's it. A few seconds left, but not Rodgers. They're meaning exactly where he wants to throw it. Little trickery here. Holds on to it. Throws. Touchdown. Watson. In 4 days.
He's going to work all the way across, but you get action this way, which affects the eyes of the defense. Little fake to Dillon, little fake on the end around. The defense that had the eyes in the backfield, they lost their discipline. One of the few times we've seen that tonight. And there's Aaron Rodgers going to what's become his main two guys.
3rd and 1. Rodgers outside, wide open. Watson makes the catch, falling down as he does. 12-yard sack, 3rd down and 19. Rodgers stepping away, fires, and that's going to be caught. And he goes to Watson. He's right on the line. Did he get the first down or not? He's close.
On the defensive line, 4th and 5. Rodgers dealing in the middle. Flag is down, and the ball is caught by Christian Watson at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to see Christian Watson up on that side, and here comes C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And Gardner-Johnson, one of the toughest safeties in the league, and he was just stunned and just sort of stood there for a second like that before he went down.
Halfway through this 3rd quarter. And Rodgers pulls it and throws it. There goes Christian Watson for a gain of 11.
Yes, that was a good call right there for Jordan Love.
37. Here he is throwing in the middle. It's caught by Watson. He's got great speed. Turning the corner. Christian Watson down the sideline. And he will score. Whoa. Hang on. Love to Watson. To a 1-score game.
This one is the stunner. You basically feel like, all right, this Eagles team sort of has this thing under control, and then Christian Watson hits the Jets again. 6 touchdowns now in the last 3 games. He is really something. When he gets in the open field and running, that was some throw by Jordan Love, too. Same play.
And Watson again, he's got it down to 38.
We'll snap it on 4th down. Rodgers steps up, end zone, Watson, he's got it again. He is absolutely on fire. His 7th touchdown in the last 4 games, and the Packers are right back in it.
Watch Rodgers in the pocket. This is him. Just the presence he has. It's not panic. It's present. Just slide around, step up, and then deliver a dart. And then it's all about in the slot right there. Number 9, Watson. Adjust to my quarterback. Adjust to pressure. You see them take away that over-the-top route, that over.
Blitz coming. Bears bring some pressure. Rodgers has Watson for the first down. Out across the 35-yard line. Will that be enough to seal a win for Rodgers and the Packers? Still all 6 timeouts between the teams and the 2-minute warning. Rodgers finds Watson into Chicago territory. Remember, the Bears also have a missed PAT and a field goal blocked in a 1-point game. It's not the first time that's happened this year. It's Watson on the end around. He can fly. And he can fly to the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. In the last month.
And I want you to watch Watson right here come down. The guy coming across following. See him come off his coverage. Hits, who is that, Blackwell? does a really nice job of understanding. He's got a corner on him, but he leaves the corner. He presses the corner, and then he comes off and gets right here. See him come off? Gets Blackwell, who's following Watson in man-to-man coverage, and he knows he set it up right there. Go ahead. That's 2 blocks.
2 big blocks from Sammy Watkins.
Pass is caught by Watson, and that's his second target, first catch.
Had a lot to overcome with some of the drops early in the year.
Rodgers protected over the middle. Pass is gunned in to Watson. 15 yards to the rookie from North Dakota State.
In Christian Watson, if anything, but boy, he likes him now.
Rodgers keeps. There's Watson. First down plus. They hit on him, traded up to get him, the second pick of the second round. 2nd and 10. Here's one dropped off for Watson. And he's down inside the 5 as Hill may have saved a touchdown.
Protected. Maybe they can have a play like Miami just had.
Still no Bakhtiari as Zach Tom starts again at left tackle. And there is Christian Watson. What a jolt the rookie's given. 3rd and 13. Over the middle. It's Watson. Hemmed in. Couldn't get going. Stopped by Jerome Baker, leading tackler for this Dolphins team. 2nd and 10. Quick throw for Watson. Got a block from Cobb. Close to a first down. Holland the tackle. Play action. Rodgers sets and throws and has a first down. Eric Rowe did all he could to jar that loose of Watson.
Of Christian Watson.
Timeout. Green Bay. The second of the half.
The trust from Rodgers to give it to him.
Clock operator, please reset to 55 seconds. 5 seconds.
That play will get lost in the shuffle in the box score, but that's a huge play by Christian Watson. That's a great hit by Eric Rowe right.
Get down the field with Watson. See all the space, the speed. They're giving him credit now.
Completes it to Watson. His first grab. He's got a first down.